Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the speech that Dr. Gabriel gave us. Was so important because we learned a lot. We learned about the soil, the importance of the soil. We will there learning about the horizons, the color, the compaction, and other different things that we let you know in this journal.
Uh, well, in in the conference, he talked about the origin of the soil and what is this when we have a soil and see for the part vertical of this, we can see the horizons, and these are A, B, C, D, and this is very important because we can separate for horizons, and we know in what part the plant is more difficult for the grow up.
Well, but now we have to know what is soil. Soil is life. You know why? Because contain life, contain organisms that give life to the soil. And not just that, it have the requirements for the develop of the animals and plants. So it's very important for the agronomists to know, to have knowledge about the structure, the texture of the soil. In other hand, the soil is formed by uh, organic elements and minerals that are very important for the composition of the soil. And it also, the Dr. Gauhel talked about the climate, what is so important. For example, in countries like Chile or Argentina are countries that are not doesn't have a lot of humid, so they have a soil, a dry soil, and the dry soil have different color from the humid soil. That means that it has more minerals because that soil used to be red. Some the color is like iron red, that kind of color, and we can see the difference between a humid and a not a dry soil. And the humid it contains a lot of organic elements, organic material, and he also talked about the another thing that my
Um,
friend's gonna talk
he
about.
talked about the water movement, and this is important because not all the water is seeps in the soil. Some water just pass but not seeps the soil, and this is important for our plants because uh, we we can reduce the cost of the water. Also, we can use more or less water when the soil have a good infiltration. Our team are the porosity, and this for this we can have two methods in the laboratory or also with our hand and some of water. And this is important because the formation of soil has silt, clay, and sand, and it's important know what is the percentage of one of these for the better soil. And is like a little part of sand, a little more of clay, and just a little of silt. And this is important because the plant need a very good um, like way to start to grow up, and this um, is important for that. Um, the compact of soil, this is for the different machines that when the when we have all the results of the plants, the most of people just pass a machine and don't think about what the soil is happen. And the compound of soil is very actual, and using our hands reduce this.
Also, another thing that the Dr. Gauhel told us was about the urbanization is another problem because the soil each time is are reducing the area because actually agronomist doesn't have enough area space to can crop, so that is another problem that we actually have. um, that was all the things, not all the things that he talked about, was the basic things that we learned about the soil, and was a really interesting conference.